Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Cherezy E.
Thank you, Quarantine, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he wrote a blog about that, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast or doesn't know a player we're talking about, you drink. And if I swear or say here's the thing, you drink. You can also make any of us shut up for 5 whole minutes by tipping $5 whole. And you can make us drink with a tip of $1.08 or more. Speaking of drinking, fellas, what are you drinking tonight? Beef, what are you drinking, my friend?
Oh, baby. I'm carrying it over from the playback, which we just finished with Sox Machine after that great White Sox win. And I've got red wine for your boys tonight. I'm going to stick with the red wine. We're going to go all the way through this podcast. Can't wait. It did me good. Got us a victory, so I'm going to stick with it.
Victory wine. I love it. MSS, what are you drinking tonight? Oh, I know what that bottle is.
Going with the E.H. Taylor. Oh, this stuff is sweet. I was drinking the Weller Special Reserve that I got from our guy B. Webb down there at the Jewel, and I got this from him too. And I'm going to have that here for my little nightcap, my taste and my drinks. Cherezy, what are you drinking?
You know, I'm getting ready to go back to the ballpark, so I got the pineapple guppy.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Came all over your
And
face.
What's crazy is that these cans, the good people at Pipeworks way overfilled these cans because they are just exploding as I open them. So assuming I get through this beer, I mean, like, you guys could pay for it to get me through this beer, but assuming I get through this beer, there's going to be it's going to be like a box opening on the internet, you know, like we're going to see, I'll hold it up. We'll see what happens. We'll just, if it gets all over my microphone, you guys got to buy me a new one.
I've seen these videos before. They're just happy to see you. There's nothing wrong with it.
You know, nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. Beef, how you doing tonight, my friend?
There you go.
I'm good. Before I get to my banter, I just want to share a drink with you guys. Husky Bardo says, I need MSS ad reads. You can zen out after that win. So appreciate you, Bardo. Delicious. You know what?
So good.
I had been getting my balls kicked in thoroughly. I think I've told you guys this off air. Work has just been killing me. There's been some things in the marketplace that have contributed to it. It's also just a tough time of year for me. I'm an accountant. I don't do tax, but the fund I work on culminates and the audit finishes up right around now. Everything has just been kicking my absolute ass. And today I got to the point where we finished the big things we needed to complete. Roll onto the playback with you guys. You know, I persevered. I felt great. Got that sense of euphoria. Get onto the playback. And then a man that I've been criticizing, he had a lot of adversity tonight in a game. And guess what? He got through to the end, got a big RBI double, and that was Andrew Vaughn. So Andrew Vaughn, even though I've been picking on him, all 5'9" of him, he and I were simpatico. We got our ass kicked sufficiently, but we came out smelling like roses on the other side. So that's how I'm feeling tonight, boys. It's been a rough month, but I feel terrific, and I'm so excited for this White Sox season to start the way it has.
I'm with you.
You guys
And cheers,
shared
Drew.
a moment.
Thank you, Drew. Appreciate you, Drew.
I like that MSS.
Shared moment.
We did. We're
Are you
simpatico,
now
man.
are you a Vaughn stan now or what?
I've always wanted Vaughn to be good. He just
Yeah,
hasn't been good. Now, if he builds on tonight,
Okay.
beautiful. I would love it.
Good moment
How
tonight.
many games does he need to have where he's done something good before you're going to be like fully over to the Vaughn side?
That's a good question. We'll have to play
what are
that
you
by
thinking?
ear. It's going to be an emotional thing, MSS. It's not going to be a number. It's going to be it's going to snap for the beef, and my heart's going to swell, and then I'll be all in, and I want to hug him every time I see him. But
Here's what's going to happen.
Look at Billy. Fuck you, Billy Wires. All right, Billy. I knew someone was going to come in here. I tried to share a little bit about myself. You know what, Billy? Fuck you too. All right.
There's going to be a, let's say, early June
Yeah.
game-winning 2-run shot by Andrew Vaughn, and you're going to fully jump on that bandwagon.
Yes.
I feel like it. I can just feel it. You're going to be like, I'm all in now. You're like, and you're going to start calling him your guy.
I think it's going to be
Monday.
earlier.
If it's for a home game, I'll do the Cabbage Patch. You'll know when I do the Cabbage Patch. That's when you know Andrew Vaughn is on my side.
I think it's going to be earlier. I think it's going to happen. Let's call it May.
Okay.
And it'll be a Gavin Sheets day, and a lefty reliever will come in, and they'll bring in Vaughn to hit. He'll deliver, and then Beef will go, "That's the spot I wanted."
There you go.
If you're going to do it in that spot, I believe in you. We got to take this drink. Once again, nobody cares, Beef.
Nobody cares.
Thank you, William. A bunch of bad guys in the comments. Look at Taco later. Beef looks like hell.
That's how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good, and it's opening day, guys, and it's weird because everyone knows me as a White Sox fan, but the first opening day that I attended was actually a Cubs game. My aunt took us to a Cubs game, and I remember freezing my ass.
As he freezes up.
He froze up.
Froze up.
Froze it exactly then.
I froze up.
Freeze.
I was going to, you know what? I should just fucking shut off the stupid goddamn Wi-Fi on this fucking thing. Hold on. Let's just do this.
And Huntley Sports asked more Turley beef. I recognize the bottle. It is Turley, yes. Good call, Huntley.
So,
that's correct.
So, no, we went to I remember going to the Cubs, and it was freezing, and it was snowing, and it was an awful experience. And I was thinking about that today. Because it's Cubs opening day today and not Sox, and so I was like, I went to a Cubs opening day recently, like 3 years ago with my friend who's a doctor that you guys don't think is a doctor.
Yeah, he's not a doctor. No.
He got us these seats, and we were sitting next to a season ticket holder, and we're well known within our beer vendor friends and everything. And we were sitting there, and this guy is just like, hey man, these guys never show up. You guys can sit here as long as you want. That's fine. And all these beer vendors keep coming by and high-fiving me. Richard's dropping beers for me. And there's just like a massive amount of things going on. And finally, this season ticket holder for the Cubs just looks at me and goes, man, who the fuck are you? And I go, literally, I'm a blogger. I'm on the South Side, but I see these guys like 70 times a year, and we've helped support them and their families, and they're taking care of me because I'm out of sorts. I'm in a different place here. They're like, we can hook you up over here. We can't really do it at Sox Park so much, but it was pretty awesome. I was just thinking about that today as an opening day memory. So looking forward to Monday, big time, and going and having some bourbon with the bums and the sadistic penguins over there in Lot B after we record an all new and my first experience on the Azju at 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's right, boys.
MSS. I don't know that we were talking about. You're not going to be on.
Oh, figures. I'm glad I gave it some light though.
That's not true. Don't listen to Trees. And actually, you are in. How dare you?
Not being on, probably will increase the ratings. Because my Q rating is in the shitter right now.
That's
in
lie.
You'll bring it back. You'll bring it back.
So,
if people want to see the flow out at the ballpark, you'll be fine once we start going to games. You're good. You'll be good.
Unless you're Brooks Boyer, and then he never doesn't want to see the flow at all. He's like, cut that hair. Chorizo, how you doing tonight, baby?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Opposite of Beef, I had a pretty meeting-free afternoon today. So I was like, it's a good day to go out to lunch with the wife. We went over to a joint in Pilsen, and wow. It's a bar, and so they had the 18th Street Candy Crushable. I like that beer.
It's good stuff.
And so I ordered one, maybe a couple. Now,
for lunch.
Let me ask you guys. You're working that day. You're going out for lunch.
Yep.
What's your maximum drinkage at lunch? How many drinks will you go at lunch?
This is a good question. So if it's going to be something lighter like beer and not like a mixed drink or whatever, I think it's pretty safe to go 3 beers at lunch and then go back to work. I think like 3 is a pretty safe number. Even if you go a little higher ABV, you're still probably okay. But definitely 3 light beers, easy, no problem. But even a little higher would probably be fine. So I'll say 3.
So far we got 12 and 15 in the comments.
Okay. All right. Well, we know why you're 108 fans. I would think I've working in advertising for as long as I did, when you could basically drink as much as you wanted as long as you weren't like a former coworker that drank the entire day. That wasn't accepted. What I would do when we hit those places and we'd have a lunch, I would do two. I would have two drinks and that was it. And because it was mostly because we're only there for like an hour. Like if you're there for over an hour, then I can see three. But with the high ABV, I'd say, yeah, you should have went with two. How many did you have? 5? 4?
2. I had 2.
Two? All right, perfect.
But I was just thinking about it because I was actually looking at their menu because beef. It was Simone's where I was at.
Oh yeah, great spot. Yeah,
and they have new cocktails on their menu.
Yeah,
and they had something called a Space Coyote, and I was like,
boy.
that looks good. It was like a mezcal drink.
Yeah,
and I was like, that looks really good, but should I start in on this road? Because I knew I had stuff to do in the afternoon. I was like, no, I'm going to just have 2 beers. I have 2 beers.
And it would be so easy to come home and just be like, you know what? I'm just going to pour myself a little bourbon here and I'll just sip it this afternoon while we're working. And then little do you know, right now you'd be like hitting those get high every day, smoke weed every day, fucking drop left and right.
I didn't get into that. I worked this afternoon.
Good job, buddy.
Tracy, you also don't have the job. Like I have had, my job is like this now, but it was more like this probably 5 to 10 years ago where I could come home after the normal work day and just grind some spreadsheets and have a couple glasses of wine, and it was just like, this is mindless stuff. I'm just dropping numbers in and double checking stuff or whatever. So it's not, you're not writing a code or you're not writing an email to someone that's got to be perfect. This is more like, stuff you can do on autopilot. When you have those types of tasks, you can push it a little bit. But I think maybe MSS is closer to right with 2, but I think 3 you can get away with.
The most I've had is 12. And don't worry for you in the comments. I'm just an air traffic controller. It's fine.
Yeah, no big deal.
That's right.
Well, if it's a Bud Light though, or a Coors Light, or like a Miller Light,
you can have like 6.
You can have 3 to 4. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think for me though too, also the high ABV just will give me a headache later. Like if I have too many too quick, and then I get that headache,
and then you stop for hours and you're doing
right.
Yeah, that's not great.
And then you have that non-drunk hangover middle thing. Ugh, fuck that shit.
You know what is great though, MSS? You know what's great?
I do know
Mazdas.
what's great.
Mazdas
Throw it up.
Are great.
Throw it up, bro. Yo, last live Mazda ad read, and this is for the month of March. And so we're going to be listening to really great ASMR ad reads from now on. But this is the last live one, so enjoy it, baby. Happy March, y'all. Mazda of Orland Park wants to remind you that the luck of the Irish is not needed when purchasing a brand new or certified used vehicle from them. And this month, you should take a look at the Mazda CX-30. No matter where your path leads, the Mazda CX-30 with an available 2.5 turbo engine is made to help you follow it. The Skyactiv G 2.5 turbo engine delivers up to a responsive 250 horsepower and 320 pounds of torque. It's a level of performance you don't usually associate with a CUV. That's right, I said CUV. And it's that kind that might inspire your next big moment. The Mazda CX-30 is engineered to exhilarate. Along with its improved fuel economy, 26 city, 33 highway, this CUV offers uncompromised performance for every journey. Want to know more? Head on over to www.mazdaofrolandpark.com and browse their online inventory. Right now, they have 125 new and Mazda certified used vehicles for sale. And while you're there, you can also request more information about specific vehicles, value your trade, or inquire about financing. Whether you're from the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southeast Wisconsin, they would love to have you visit and test drive a Mazda today. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park, 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
Love it.
Comments are on fire right now.
They're
just talking all kinds of mess. Get Wally's input on the drinks. And Billy Wire says it's fucking March 30th. We have the St. Patrick's Day stuff up. God,
hey, man,
I love you guys. I love all of you that are in the comments. I love
March. All March.
You said
guys.
You called them bad guys. Now they're good guys. You make up your fucking mind, Flop Loaf.
Guys, today was opening day. Huge win. Huge win.
Sir.
I think everyone had chalked
Big
that
dub.
up as a loss, as an acceptable loss. But the Sox came through. They won. And it was.
They did.
We were on the playback together. It was glorious. It was glorious watching it with you guys.
Damn
it was
right.
a ton of fun. If you haven't been to one of our playbacks that we do with the Sox machine, guys, you got to join those. They're fantastic. We had a great time. We're a little bit behind, so don't spoil when you're in the comments.
Yeah.
But overall, fantastic. But I got to ask you guys a couple questions about the game. So first off, who impressed you in tonight's game? And MSS, I'll start with you.
I mean, should I just take the easy one? I'm just going to take the easy one. Dylan Cease. I mean, he has not lost a step like from last year coming into this year. And to see him come out, and I think it was great for the pitching staff to see him come out and like literally just say, this is how we're going to start this season, and this is what we're going to do. We're in Houston. No one expects us to win, especially not our fans. And let's just go in and whatever. No, he said, fuck that. I'm taking this ball and shoving it right up their fucking asses. And he did for like 6 to 7 innings. And I mean, it was beautiful. It was artistry. It was great to see. I'm a big fan of pitching matchups. I'd rather see a good pitching matchup than a offensive blowout or on either end. I would just rather see good defensive baseball games. And tonight was that night. And to see the Sox, a team that we've doubted and have been like kind of like, I don't know, go toe-to-toe with the world champions on a defensive level was just fucking amazing. It was great. It was like, listen, we can hang with these guys. We can hang with good teams. So that, like, just encapsulating it, Dylan Cease literally went out there and showed everybody, this is what we're going to be about this year, and here we go. So I liked it.
Yeah, it was impressive. He got the velocity up, so there was some concern. Spring training's coming to an end. He's only going 95. He got the fastball up to 98. What was interesting to me, I agree with you 100%, MSS. What was interesting to me is that he wasn't afraid to throw his breaking balls. And I say breaking balls because he was throwing the hard slider that we know and love and that he throws like 40% of the time. But he also was throwing this curveball that had a little bump to it. And he was not afraid to put that in the zone and dare guys to hit it, and they couldn't. So, like, I think he's starting to get to the point. And MSS, you talked about this years ago. It's like they rushed him to the majors. He wasn't ready to be a pitcher in the majors yet. And so we took that early performance, and it was like, well, he stinks. But he didn't know how to pitch yet. Now he's knowing how to pitch. Like, you're watching, and it's like, this guy knows exactly what he wants to do when he's going in there and he's executing the pitches. It was amazing to watch.
Beef, I think it's that plus confidence. Right, like, because he definitely had no problem going at really good hitters. Tonight. I mean, like, if he were gonna, try like the old Dylan Cease, the Cease, like, let's call it 2 years ago.
Yep.
He would have got into some really deep counts against the first 5 in that order, trying to work around them, trying to outsmart them, trying to not give anything up. He went right at him.
Yeah.
He went right at him. It was
concerns.
It was confidence, and it was.
He felt. You're right. He felt good about what he was throwing. He's like, I'm just going to throw this, and let's see what you can do with it. I'm gonna locate where I think I can locate. Let's see if you can beat me with this. And you're right. The confidence is at an all-time high. It's impressive.
And there's a confidence too, and we said this a lot in the playback of Yasmani Grandal actually getting to the ball and stopping the ball. So because his control issues were like before were horrendous. And we've talked about it several times. You would have 3 great pitches, and then one would be like airmail to the backstop.
Right,
and
exactly.
Like, what the
he
fuck?
missed by a mile, and it wouldn't.
Yes,
it wouldn't help the sequence because it's like, okay, well, that's so far off. It's not competitive,
Yeah, so tonight he was bouncing a couple in, he was coming up short a little bit, but he had the confidence that Yaz was going to stop that. So that was another thing that was, that defensive part, like, that's just great. Like, man, so maybe he has more confidence that way too, just to be like, hey, I know this guy will catch the ball now.
Absolutely. Beef, who impressed you?
I mean, for me, MSS is leading me right in perfectly. It was Yasmani Grandal. And it was a lot of it was the blocking, like MSS is talking about. Last year, he was hurt, clearly hurt. He stunk behind the plate. All right, we watched it every game. He was bad behind there. Tonight, I know they did score the 1 run on the wild pitch, but that was kind of a freak thing. He was blocking everything that Dylan Cease threw and that the relievers were throwing afterwards. And I think that plays into the confidence. Like my Sox were saying, if they feel comfortable throwing some of these pitches, and some of them they're going to bounce in there, but they have no concerns that this man is back to his original athleticism, he's going to block these pitches, great. Then they can continue to do that. They don't have to hold back on any of those things. It makes the pitchers more effective. At the plate, Yaz blasted a home run, right? He lifted the ball and did the thing that you want him to do. It's like if he's back, he's such a key to this lineup because they don't have the left-handed power. He is the left-handed power, until Oscar Colas shows himself. Yeah. Until we see World Baseball Classic version of Yoan Moncada, you need Yaz back and hitting for power. And to see it tonight and to see him behind the plate looking athletic and looking fresh and young, I hope that what we end up seeing is that Pedro Grifol is smart about this and use it and deploys Sebi Zavala enough to keep this version of Yaz going as long as possible because he was impressive tonight, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, like, how could you? I just love that at least the broadcast got it right. Like, the broadcast got very little right tonight. Like, there were definitely balls that were hit, and it was just like, who's handling the camera? Is it Harry Carey? Because like they didn't even turn to the player that caught the ball. It was just outrageous. But at least in the Yasmani Grandal piece, they were able to recognize that, like, okay, he lost this wild pitch, but he had all these different stops, and they did the nice cut of all the different stops he had throughout the night, and of course the home run. I mean, Yasmani Grandal hitting 20 home runs. That would be. Oh my God. Yeah, amazing. It's
enormous.
You almost finished over there.
There was a little bit of pre-cum. I got to be honest,
I mean, who wouldn't though?
Don't get stuck to that workout ball.
Try not to. Teresi, who impressed you tonight?
So you know what? It's funny because MSS talked about this in the playback, and I couldn't agree more. But Yoan Moncada. So Moncada is so good in the field. He's just so good in the field. And, like, I love watching him play third. But then, the bat looks like it's there from the left side. From the left side, the bat definitely looks there. That one, man, like, just a little later on that swing, that would have been a home run. He gapped the one, or I put it in the corner, I should say, through the
wickets for
Abreu. And I don't mind the going for third. I like the aggression. I like aggressive Yoan Moncada. All right, like that version of him is really good, and I want to see more of that. I want to see him continue this kind of play. Like that's where I want to see him. That is a 15 to 20 home run, a lot of doubles. Yoan Moncada playing Gold Glove third base.
Right.
That is a player you want on your team. And that's a player we have. We just need to see it.
Yeah.
Totally agree. 100%. I mean, like, and the aggression is the key there. Like we were talking about in the playback, and MSS brought it up at the end of the playback too, is like, you want to, like, we were laughing at pre-slide. He was yelling pre-slide, like to throw off Bregman or whatever. It's like, he's got all of it in there. Like, he's pushing as hard as he was in the World Baseball Classic. He's got he's the guy who has a chip on his shoulder seemingly this year. And you saw it in the field with the terrific plays and everything. So the hustle is all the way up front. Yoan Moncada's, ready to run through a brick wall. And maybe this is a Pedro effect right here, because you didn't see it last year with Tony. Maybe this is one of these, I don't believe in this generally, but sometimes you get a manager and at any vocation that pushes the right buttons for you and gets you really going. And maybe Yoan Moncada and Pedro work good.
You know what? I kind of wonder. I don't want to discredit that.
Yeah.
I don't want to discredit that. But, like, there's part of me that thinks he went and played for that Cuban team. And, like, someone on that team was like, I don't know why you're in Major Leagues and I'm not. You're no better than, one of those, because one of those is like you don't deserve what you have, kind of thing.
Right.
That'll light a fire.
That'll piss you off. Exactly.
You should be a recording star. You got stuff that's that good, man. Why are you playing baseball? Fuck you. No, I agree. We just basically flip flopped what our
we did
moment of the moment. And like I said there, and you said too. It's just like, I'll take the aggressiveness, especially given the lifeless team that we saw last year. So, like, give me all the aggressiveness. Lose trying. I'll respect you a hell of a lot more for that than I will when you're not even trying to get there. So, and Huck's correct. Teresi, you do the thing. I'm going to go grab a nice chilled bottle of Malort.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, Beef, then I'll start with you. I'll start with you on the next one, man.
Okay, sounds good.
Who disappointed you tonight? Who were you
Oh, man.
disappointed in?
I'm going to be honest with you. I was pretty disappointed with Aaron Bummer. And Aaron Bummer got out of the thing kind of unscathed, but his pitch execution was horrendous. And a lot of times his pitch choices were interesting to me. Like, what is he exactly doing? He kept trying to throw what they were calling a sweeper. And it's like, Jake Myers is up. Just throw 96 low in the zone and let him pound a ground ball into earth. Like, quit screwing around and just do the thing we know you're good at. And, like, I get it. Like, he has the things in his head from every goofy ground ball sliding through the infield in the past. But they've shored up the infield. There's no shifts anymore. So there's not like a naked side. Someone's going to get to the ball. Like, what I need is for him to hone it in and just realize, look, this power sinker, they're not doing anything with it. They're going to pound it into the ground. I throw 70% ground balls. I need that. And he was screwing around too much for my liking tonight. I wish he would just narrow it in, just throw that hard sinker and just get right to it and get out of these innings quick. I mean, what's wasting all the pitches for and throwing a wild pitch and all this stuff? Just get to it.
You know, it felt like what we were talking about with old Cease, right? Where like, just go at this guy, have the confidence, and like, it's not hard to have confidence against the bottom of their order,
right?
Because these guys suck. Like,
not good.
Just realize that, like, Aaron Bummer, you are a good pitcher. This is a bad hitter. Just go at him. Just do what you're in there for, which is throwing 96, not this goofy ass sweeper trying to fool some guy who, like, he's decided if he's going to swing or not before you even wound up.
Right. Don't do that to the bums. Do that to a good hitter. A lousy hitter, just throw your normal pitch that he can't do anything with anyway, and just get him out nice and easy. Don't screw around with any of that stuff.
100%. MSS, who disappointed you?
Okay, before I get to that, this shot goes out to my man Jimmy. Another cheers, Pops. Little shot. He threw that out there today.
Nice.
This is also for that asshole Huck that thinks you can't have those helmets from the fucking Astros. I think those things look all good. Here we go. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that looks and smells delicious. The look on his face.
Loaf, I bought I don't know if I told you guys, but I see the little fridge back there.
I see it. Yeah. Yep.
I bought that at a thrift store for $5. So
Okay.
I hadn't left it like plugged in my house because I'm like, what if it doesn't work and it burns my house down? That would be a really shitty way to lose all my belongings.
Yeah, for sure it would.
It just
Yeah.
burned
So
itself.
anyway, so I plugged it in because I was home today. So I was like, I'll fill this up with Malort and I'll just have cold Malort. It hasn't burned the house down yet, so we're good. So I have
And
cold
the Malort's
Malort
cold.
all year in my fridge as long as until it runs out.
it any better
Disappointing
cold?
tonight, huh?
Is it any better cold?
A little, but not much. I mean, what's that word? Negligible.
Yes.
You can't really tell.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who's the worst? Who's my biggest disappointment tonight? And I'm gonna. It was in the comments, but it's something that I was really looking for somebody to for him to come out and just do something, and that's Eloy. I really needed him to come out and just have something, do something. You have bases loaded, something, do something. Like, you have to do it. We don't have the liberty, or we don't have the time now just for people to go up. We'll just try to. Hopefully, you'll get it next year. Hopefully, it'll come around. Now is the fucking time, bro. You need to do it. You're the one that's shown it. You know that we can. You know that we know you can do it. So just fucking do it already. We need you now. The time is now. I'm gonna send him a memo.
I like it. Cheers, Jer.
Thanks, Jer.
I'm with you, MSS, and I'm of us. I think I'm the only one that lost money on Eloy tonight. So, doubly so. I'm disappointed. And he's way off of his 74 home run pace now.
He sure is.
We're one game in, and I'm already a little worried about that bet.
You're right, though. But it was less about decisions, or less about results and more about decisions. He was swinging at stuff. It's like, don't swing at that in this count. He did hit one ball hard. But he hit it directly into the ground and didn't drive the run in. It's like he was making mistakes that maybe the ball could have fell in or whatever, but he wasn't lining himself up to hit for a power and come through big in a spot.
And he got so many more pitches that you should have hit.
Yeah.
Like, he got so many pitches that were just like hanging up there, like floating, and you're just like, yes, this is what we were waiting for, and it's like bloop, like off to the side. And just like, oh, come on, man.
Goodness.
This is not the Eloy that I signed up for. But hey, it's only one game. It's only one game in. There's still 74 home runs to go.
That's we're gonna get there, no problem.
Unintended consequences of drinking a Malort shot when you're drinking good bourbon. They do not mix well together, and there's an ass taste in your mouth. Oh God!
Well,
gotta get that
That's your
ass
favorite
out.
from the West Coast.
That's bad.
Oh,
Okay.
Chorizo, what is your biggest disappointment of the night?
So my bar was already low on this guy. All right, I already had a low bar on this fella. I think he's a bad guy. Roger Clemens' hair is the most disappointing thing in the whole fucking podcast. What is wrong with that guy? Like, what is
I don't know.
I mean, I know he's an asshole already, right?
Yeah.
Like he's a piece of shit. But like, what you going? Like you know not know you're gonna be on TV? What is that hair? Did you lose a bet? Did you lose a bet to Carrot Top? Like, what happened? And you know what? I'm going to double down on just ESPN's broadcast in general. Oscar Colas has his first fucking major league at bat, and you split screen it with with like a scene out of Boogie Nights with with Pedro Grafal. Well, I don't know what the fuck was going on in any of the broadcasts. Like I said, they got one thing right, the Yasmani Grandal thing. Just terrible broadcast, top to bottom. Otherwise.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, I don't even know why he's on there. What's the point of having him on there? Like, I don't even understand that to begin with. Like, he doesn't have any chops. Like, what the fuck is he doing in the booth at all? Like,
right? It's like, okay, what does Roger Clemens know about baseball? Be born amazing and then do steroids on top of it.
Right.
And I'm a pro steroid guy.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
there's no question.
But like, I also don't want Mark McGwire on a broadcast or Barry Bonds. Like, I don't give a shit what they're gonna. They're not gonna really give me any in-depth shit.
That's right.
I'm not
getting
getting any
this.
pictures.
Here's how I do it.
I'm not seeing any pictures of Clemens' hair. What the fuck? Somebody send me a picture.
Too hot for the internet. Too hot for the internet.
Like someone put in the comments of the playback, it looked like he was signing up for NSYNC.
Oh,
That's how good it looked.
So, fellas, I mean, like one thing, and I don't know how much baseball you watched across the board today, but you did at least catch the Sox game. There's a whole bunch of new rules. So, you know, what was your impression of the new rules one day in? Like, what caught your eye? What did you think was like noticeably different about the game? I think there's one obvious one, but MSS, I'll start with you.
I'll do the obvious one. Pitch clock. Fucking love it, bro. Like, especially when we were doing those playbacks with the World Baseball Classic, and it's just like, oh my God, we were like watching paint dry, you know, in a blowout, and it was like, oh my God. We had watched one game with the pitch clock. And we're already going, where is this fucking pitch clock now? We need this pitch clock. And initially I was like, man, I don't know if we need a pitch clock. And then we have one with the pitch clock, and you're like, fuck, this is like having voicemail. This is like having a pager. This is like having a goddamn like DVR. Like, you're like, I don't know why I need a DVR. I have a VHS tape. It's fine. You know, like I can just tape it. No. You can fucking set this thing and you don't have to worry about it. This is like the pitch clock is that big of an invention going through an innovation. I fuck anyone that tells me, oh man, I really wish I could just sit there and watch this and let them take their fucking time. No, fuck you. Throw the fucking pitch. Let's get moving. Get in that goddamn box. Quit grabbing your dick. If I want to watch people grab dick, I'll watch Kieran Lee on fucking Pornhub or some shit. I don't need to watch you grab your dick. So get in the bitch, get in the fucking box and fucking go hit a ball. Hey, if you're pitching, don't step off the mound. Don't look at the girl showing her boobs in the front row. Don't do that. Fucking just throw the goddamn fucking pitch. Let's get this baseball game going. All right? So, yeah, pitch clock to me, fucking game changer. Fucking love it. Like 2.5 hour game tonight. Pitching matchup is going. And fuck Andrew Vaughn for saying, man, it went kind of fast. Shut the fuck up. It's like the quicker it goes, the less time you have to fuck up. So just take your fucking good graces, and you did really good, and then fucking just go sit the fuck down. So pitch clock, that's my mom. Yeah, love it.
I like it. I mean, you got to like the pitch clock. You
have to.
It's it's been enjoyable. I mean, I think we'll see after we get into it a little bit and we're used to the timing of the game and not noticing that it's so much shorter. Once we get used to that, we'll see how we enjoy some of the subtleties of it. So I think that there's going to be some things that, like, as the season drags on, you're going to be like, oh, this kind of sucks about it. So like I think we're seeing the very, very good aspect of it right now. I think there's going to be probably a few things to pop up where you're like, man, that guy just fouled one off of his wrist, and like now he has to get right back in there. There's no chance he's going to hit this pitch, right? Like, so there's going to be some of those, but I think overall, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Beef, what did you think?
I mean, I think we're getting the stark impact of it, right? We're going from these longer games that we go to the ballpark a lot. So to me, it's not material. Like, I don't care that much if the game is 2 hours and 40 minutes or 3 hours and 5 minutes. I'm going to be there watching the whole game regardless. The action, though, the action stays more constant, which is great. Like that really impacts it. But I'm gonna throw an idea out there. We might not give a shit about it as we get further into the year because it doesn't make the year shorter. The year is just still as fucking long as it always is. And so, like, if they were, like, adding some doubleheaders or some shit and it was shortening up the amount of time of the season, but the season's still going to be 6 months long. It's still going to, when we get to the end, we're still going to be gassed, even though the games are, 20 minutes shorter or whatever. So I don't know if I think right now it's having an acute impact to us, but I think in the long term might not really end up mattering. We'll get used to it pretty quickly, and then it will fade away on us. The thing that is interesting, though, to me, is the rules about stolen bases. Now, we didn't see much of it in our particular game, and the reason we didn't is because Dylan Cease didn't allow any base runners, and then the Astros have Martin Maldonado. So some catchers are going to be good enough to stop those running games. But in some of the other games, man, they were running like a motherfucker. And so, like, I'm interested to see when you face a team that doesn't have a good catcher, if the Sox, like, steal 7 bases in a game or something like that. Like, I'm kind of interested to see it for us, with our actual team, how it manifests itself.
Well, you did see it on the one stolen base in the game, which was like, they didn't even bother with him over at first. He was like, Grandal had no chance. Like, it was just like it was like they let him steal, So, like, I think you're going to see a lot of that this year. And what was it? I forget which game it was, whatever. But there was a game with like a bunch of stolen bases. Like, I think it was Reese McGuire, right? Like, Reese McGuire got all torched today.
Oh, was that Boston and Baltimore?
I think so.
Is he with Boston still?
I don't remember who he's with, but yeah, I do remember hearing something about him.
He's with Boston.
A bunch of stolen bases.
Yeah,
the team getting a bunch of stolen bases off of him. But yeah, like, that's going to be interesting all year because it's 2 rules really. So there's the new pickoff rule. And then you double that up with the bases being bigger. And like, you think about the bases being bigger, like, and you're like, that's not that big of a deal. But it's like,
noticeable.
Do you think about that Moncada play? Like, how close that was? Like, last year, that's way further. His hand is noticeably off the bag. It's not even a replay decision. But that
I realized we need the bases to be even bigger, so he could have been safe on that. That's what I realized.
That brings me to mind, though,
Like
and I think that this is going to be something that we see throughout the season. It's actually something I wrote about just recently. I wrote a blog about this, Beef.
Yes, you did.
Is the new replay rules. So the difference now, the big change is the hands up. So the way that they're handling this, and this is kind of a side effect of the pitch clock, because they need the pitch clock to restart right away. At the end of the play, if you want to initiate a review, you have to put your hands up or one hand up immediately to the umpire. And then when the umpire comes over, after you do that, the umpire starts a clock. You have 15 seconds to decide if you're going to review it. And if surpass that 15 seconds, then you don't get the review.
Yeah, you're out.
And so there were plays even just in the Sox game that we watched that I think if they had time to look at might have got a replay. I think a lot of us, even just naked eye, were looking at the a play at first where Abreu almost looked like he was off the bag. Like that would have got the scrutiny of a review, or at least, like they would have stopped and kind of looked at it, especially because it was after an inning.
Yep.
That's gone. And I like that, to be honest.
I do too.
To me, it's really yes.
Yeah,
if they surpass 15 seconds, they kill you. It's not even.
They get the
it's not
snipers
even
from
like
Waco.
It's not even like they shoot you or anything. It's like what was that terrible movie with Justin Timberlake where your like time just runs out and then you just like fall down and you're dead. But
Yeah, no, we didn't watch that. I'm sorry.
I don't know. If that was, I was going to say Alpha Dog, but
Strike that from the comments.
That's not good.
I think that was the movie, though.
I don't think so.
But yeah, so I
Only
think
JT
you're going to
movie
see
I've
less
seen.
of these. And to me, the spirit of replay was always this was an obviously wrong call, and we're going to fix that. My fingernail came off of the base. To me, is not like that guy's not out. In my
Right.
I looked like I grazed the top of the bag on a double play, but I didn't actually touch it. Like that's a double play.
Yeah, go to hell.
Right? Like I don't want those replays anyway. So I think that this might be positive. The only thing that I don't like is that they don't have a timer on the ump. So
it could go way beyond the 15
they could
seconds
still
if
take,
they give it. Yeah.
They could still take forever to
So
make their determination.
I was moving around different games on MLB.TV, and I stumbled upon the Phillies Rangers. This was in Texas. And Bruce Bochy comes out of the dugout, and he does the hand up like 4 times. They didn't challenge any of them. He put the hand down before the 15 seconds. He was buying the 15 seconds a bunch of times. And that's going to happen for some managers. They're going to do that a bunch and try to game the system and see what they can get away with. So I'm interested to see.
Especially if your pitcher needs a minute. You know?
Exactly. Just give the 15 seconds and let them get back in there. So,
all right, we got it.
Oh, you got it?
We got a drink here. Thank you, Senor Sox.
Senor, appreciate you.
The ass taste has gone away from the Malort, so
Man, I'm sorry.
now.
Sorry. Well,
It's good.
And people in the comments, K-Dog with a comment here, he says, someone take off a shirt. I'm kind of faded. So someone in the comments, can you take off a shirt for K-Dog? And then
No, Loaf. I thought you were going to do it.
No, I'm not right now. I'm not feeling it. I'm not as tan as I'd like to be right now. Okay,
oh
I'm coming out of the dark, and I'm too white right now. I gotta
Looking
get
at
my
those
act together.
pictures of everyone's summers, you know, we're tan and you're very tan.
Oh, man. That's how I need
like,
to be.
Oh, we need this back. We need this back. I feel so crusty.
We need the
crusty
sun,
and
man.
white.
Exactly.
it's
Wait.
not it's not summer yet though. It's still March. In fact, it's still Lent.
It is.
It's still Lent.
That's true.
Yep. Hey, everybody. This is the last week of Lent. 40 days and 40 nights of Meatless Fridays are almost done. And guess what? Brand new 108 supporter Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp have 2 Jesus-approved sandwich options that absolutely smash the filet-o-fish out of the fucking park. First up, their amazing crispy shrimp sandwich. This thing is huge and you can taste the quality. They take a big handful of popcorn shrimp and lay it on a bed of coleslaw. Then they cover it with Lawrence's special sauce, served on a fresh potato bun. It's an amazing sandwich. You can even get a fresh perch sandwich at Lawrence's. This sandwich features 2 pieces of fried perch served with a cheddar cheese, homemade tartar sauce, lettuce, and tomato, all on a fresh potato bun. It's a real fish sandwich. You can add fries in a pop to make it a combo. Order online or in-store. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp have 4 locations, 2120 Canal Street and 3242 West 187th Street in Chicago, 50 South Manheim Road in Hillside, and 3248 Vollmer Road in Olympia Fields. Visit them online at lawrencesfishandshrimp.com to see their menus and to place an order. And do us a favor, give them a follow on their Twitter at Lawrence's Shrimp. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, Chicago's favorite shrimp house since 1950. All right, fuck. See, now you got what you wanted.
Almost perfect.
Last one, man. You got to
man,
get the
that was
last
rough.
one.
That was a rough
give
one.
The audience what they wanted.
So
Speaking
rough.
of being the last one, fellas.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's last call.
Baby. Yes.
All right, as you guys know, veterans of the comments, last call, which it's a free form. Anybody has any topic they want, and I'm going to start with my man Beef Loaf. Beef, what do you got?
Oh boy,
Boys, I'm going to read you a story. I don't even have I don't even need anything. I'm just going to read a short story for you guys. Okay. This is actually from a forum thread. It's from 2005. So it says this is from
Penthouse
Poker
forum?
Stories. This is from PokerStories.com forum.
okay.
You ready?
I'm
for
done.
Me to read
I'm
it?
done.
Okay, thank you. I just want to read something. So
Sorry,
This
Jeff.
is from PokerStories.com forum, as told by Todd Brunson. Now, if you don't know who Todd Brunson is, he's Doyle Brunson's son. Doyle Brunson's like a legendary poker player in the Hall of Fame. Todd's his son, who's also a poker player. So he retells a lot of these stories from the various poker rooms. He says, about 12 years ago, I was playing in a $150, $300 Hold'em game. Early in the morning, Sam Grizzle walks in and starts commenting on how good the game is. When asked why he's not playing, he pulls out his bankroll, which was $2, two single dollar bills, and sarcastically asks how much the buy-in is. He leaves, and after talking to Puggy Pearson, comes back with $10,000 and starts to play. Now, after an hour, Sam and Puggy get into an argument about what I can't remember offhand, and Puggy picks up his $10,000 and half of what Sam is winning, leaving Sam with $400, which is far short of the buy-in requirement for this game. Fortunately, everyone else who's playing doesn't care. They don't say anything. They let Sam keep playing. About 4 hours in, Sam is up $40,000. If this isn't amazing enough, Sam Grizzle quits the game, announcing how he's doing everyone a big favor. He's going to go play in the tournament that's going on. He's going to allow everyone to keep their money that they have left. He also told us how smart he was and how dumb we were, of course. You can guess what happens next with Sam. The genius wins the tournament, pocketing another $120,000 to go with the $40,000 he's already won that morning. Not bad for a guy who showed up at the casino with $2 in his pocket. It's now 6 a.m., and he's been at the Commerce, this is in Los Angeles, for exactly 24 hours. Time to get some sleep. That would be if he were a normal human, but Sam is far from that. Sam comes up to the top section of the Commerce, where there's a tough 800, 1600 Raz game in progress. Sam stumbles over, bellies up to the table, and loses the entire $160,000 in a short period of time. Instead of becoming upset, Sam simply told everyone how dumb they were, shook his head, and walked out of the casino with the same $2 that he walked in with just the day before. That's the life of a gambler.
That's incredible. That's incredible, man. I love it.
I mean, that's it, right? Because I was listening to a old Stern, and they were talking about like they were going gambling in New Jersey or wherever the fuck they go up there, Jersey City, and Artie was talking about like I was up $4,000, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm putting $2,000 on every hand that I play now of blackjack. He's like, I've been, worked up and won $4,000 in the first 4 hours, and then lost $4,000 in 4 hands when playing blackjack.
That's right.
Like, yep. He's like, it's just not fun to play for $100 a hand. I got to put $2,000 in there to see what happens.
No excitement, right? Yeah, pure degeneracy. There are a million great Sam Grizzle stories, so you just Google Sam Grizzle and you'll find a bunch of them.
Sam Grizzle.
He was insane. He R.I.P. in peace. He's no longer with us, but some of the stories are absolutely insane.
That could be Shane Reardon's porn name, Sam Grizzle.
Beef, that's not the guy we saw at like 4 a.m. in a bar. That was
that was
Gavin.
No, that was Gavin. I'm forgetting his last name, but yeah, we saw him at Binion's at like 4 a.m. We passed out and we got up early. We're like, we're gonna go out. And he's betting purples at Binion's. And Binion's was something, but when we were walking through there, it was a dumpy little casino. And it's like most people are paying $5. And this guy's betting $500 a hand playing blackjack. That guy also is not with us anymore. Like some of these guys live hard.
I mean, that was not surprising because there was definitely recreationals going
Purple
on.
chips or $500 chips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
MSS, what do you got?
Never seen one.
What do you got
Boys,
for us?
I'm a collector of sorts. I collect a lot of bobbleheads. I collect some baseball memorabilia. I collect just random shit sometimes, and things that have that are special to me and hold a place in my heart. Like I'll buy something if it's just cool that I want to have. Right? Like I was a very big fan of Spuds McKenzie. And I always wanted to buy the Spuds McKenzie. I don't know. It just was. Worked out really well for me.
Treasy,
right?
remember our friends? They're a little older than us. They did a video for college, the Spuds McKenzie killings. Yeah. Yes. They did a murder mystery where the killer had the mask of Spuds McKenzie. If we can track it down, I'm going to get it for you.
You know what, Beef, though? MSS loving Spuds McKenzie is not surprising because Spuds McKenzie...
Why?
Spuds McKenzie always had hot women around him. And
good call.
MSS is extremely horny. So this tracks.
That's right. That's a good call.
And I always have hot women around me too. But anyways, with the Spud stuff, I always wanted to get the blow mold of Spuds, that they had in bars that they lit up.
Yeah.
Could never afford one, right? So I ended up buying the Stein that looks exactly like. But I was on eBay. I'll go through and I'll Google search things every once in a while, and I was Google searching around, one of a former podcast guests that we had, and was looking for some of like his memorabilia and seeing what we could find. And I came across something, and I was like, I need to buy this because not only is it unique to the 108 podcast, it's my wife's cousin. It's also a place I used to live. I bought TJ McFarland's batting helmet that he used in Arizona. Yes. Number 30, definitely certified by MLB, but his batting helmet that I like to think that he wore in that at bat that Zach Greinke made a bunch of fun of him because in that thing and if you guys haven't heard the story, but he TJ doesn't bat. He's a pitcher. He batted 7 times in the year that this came out. It was just 2019, and he said that he'd gone up and he went to swing at a pitch and it was just horrible. And he's like, I wasn't even close, and I'm going. I come back and I asked Zach. I go, hey, is it bad? Was that bad? And he's like, oh, it's worse than you think. It wasn't not even like, no, you're fine, Rook. And he's like, no, it was worse than you think it was, man. It was just so horrible. So I was like, I have to buy this helmet. I'm a big helmet guy. I have a bunch of Sox ones. I like them. I think they're cool. But I also used to live in Arizona, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to, and it's got the retro Diamondbacks logo on there.
Right.
So that's what they wore when I was there. So I just thought it was really cool. And the girls have worn it, and now we have it. I sent it to TJ. He's obviously a little busy trying to make the majors, so he did not get back to me. I was hoping maybe give me a vest. Well, maybe we'll display the vest with the thing. I don't know. We'll see.
That's why he didn't get back to you, because you want something.
No, I didn't want anything.
How far away is that from actually fitting on your dome? It's not even close, is it?
No, it's close. It's 7 3/8, and I wear a 7. I wear a 7 5/8, but probably a 7 3/4.
Okay.
So hold on. Let's see.
Wears a 9.
Yeah, he's good. That's what I'm thinking. He's got a big balloon head, man. How's he going to fit that on?
Oh my god!
Oh, it's tight. It's
That's
tight.
never coming off.
It's really cool, though. It's a cool helmet.
A big, huge professional pitcher, and it fits like one of the little ice cream helmets.
You guys have seen TJ. He's got what, 2 inches on me, and he's like,
he's a big guy,
and he's probably like a 34 waist.
He's thin, but he's tall.
He's very thin, but he's very tall, and he can mow guys down. I love it. I was like, this is
awesome.
I spent a little more than I normally would spend on something. It wasn't like a ton of money. Don't get me wrong, but I spent a little more. I treated myself.
I can't.
But I was like, this is a good story. I go, I have to use this for something. And when I saw it today was last call, I was like, all right, I'm going to break it out. Because I've had it for about a week. So I was just like, I gotta make sure.
That's awesome. Love it.
Cheesy, what's your last call?
So, the hot new thing is all these like AI chatbot things where you could, you give it some information and it gives you all this crazy stuff back. And so I was like, this would be a good use for, we're quick turnaround, playback to the podcast. Let me just ask this thing for a quick recap of the game so that I could kind of know what happened in the game. Yeah. So I'm just going to read you guys a little bit of the recap that it gave me, so that and you guys could see how good these things are and how accurate they are. So let's get going. It's the Chicago White Sox defeated the Houston Astros 5-3 on opening day. Good start. Close start.
Not the right score, but the right team at least.
The White Sox scored first in the bottom of the first inning with Tim Anderson doubled and scored on a single by Luis Robert. I'm not sure that happened.
I would really like to see that.
But in the third inning, the Astros tied the game with a solo home run by Yordan Alvarez.
Okay.
Few innings off. Not so bad.
That's right.
And then the White Sox took the lead for good in the bottom of the third inning when Yohan Moncada hit a 2-run homer.
Oh, I wish.
The White Sox added an insurance run in the bottom of the sixth on a solo home run by Andrew Vaughn. The Astros scored 2 runs in the top of the ninth, but it wasn't enough as the White Sox held on for the win. The White Sox were led by Moncada, who went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. Robert went 2 for 4 with a single and a walk. Vaughn went 1 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. Yuli Gurriel went 1 for 4 with a single and a walk. That's impressive, since he's not on either of these teams.
Exactly.
They did
enough.
get the records right. The White Sox are 1-0, and the Astros fell to 0-1.
Yes.
So pretty close.
Close
Pretty
enough.
close.
Yeah, this is what we
got
bet
that.
on tomorrow. We bet on that result, Treasy. That's a good call, right?
I love it.
Montana.
That's the best. That's the best chance we have to get anything out of that.
No, you can't take it back. Vegas won't let you take it back. You have to vote for Montana. I mean, we don't know who that Montana is, but
You
have
bet
to
on
vote for them.
Montana. That's
Sorry.
who you're betting on. Okay?
That's in the ether. It's out there. Sorry. Dude.
It's going to be in chat GTP tomorrow.
What's funny is some Montana college baseball teams probably going off at like plus 1,500, and he's going to hit it.
And win.
Yeah, I mean, those tools are really cool. There's a lot of good stuff there, but
Predicting the game, not one of them.
that wasn't a prediction. MSS. That was
a recap.
Recap.
I just asked it for that right after the game.
Oh, after the game.
Yeah,
Oh, I
the
thought
game
this
that we
was, like,
just watched.
Previous. Oh my
No,
god.
No,
That
it's
was
trying to
just-
pull information for what we just watched.
I gave it the box score of the game and said, recap this.
Whoops.
It's close. It was close.
Yeah.
But you gave them the ending, and they fucking still fucked it up. That's horrible. That's not good. I don't trust them.
I mean, pretty good. I think it was almost accurate. The
Decent try.
Yuli Gurriel's a little rough, but hey, All right,
So we better
fellas.
update that shit.
It's about that time. It's time for some thank yous and some GFYs. MSS, who you thanking? Who you GFYing?
You know what? I'm gonna thank our fans. I said it last night in the recap, but I thank our fans for coming through again with another beautiful 108 tournament and supporting us, supporting our sponsors, as much as you can, and just coming out and showing up and continuing to pay attention to this thing that both Treasy and I thought was a really stupid idea, and that would never. I don't know if we never thought it. We didn't even think it would ever get to the point where we'd have to say this will never amount to anything. We just never thought it would do anything. Yep. And so for it to be one of the biggest things that we do every year, thank you, fans, for continuing to play into Beef Loaf's chaos mentality. He wants you all to fight each other. And
No, I do not.
No, you don't. And I thought this year was really good. The worst thing that happened was the bots. That was the only thing that I was like, this sucks.
There was a fair amount of subtweets you guys didn't see, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you write a blog about that?
I see him.
And update me?
I
That'd be great.
don't really care.
Oh, against us? Against us? Though?
Against 108. Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't give a
we don't
shit
care.
about
We
those
don't care.
guys.
I was just saying we don't care.
Listen, we got fuck you followers now, man. We're over 18,000. I don't
that's
give a
good.
fuck no more.
That's what I want.
I don't even give two shits. So you can subtweet me all you fucking want, all right? And that don't matter. And so yeah, thank you to the fans, and also thank you to Loaf and to the the orange hair ginger that would seal your soul if he looks directly into your eyes. Luke, who is probably getting hammered and gassed up with all their other friends over on the south side. So yeah, thank you guys, and that was fun. It was fun. I will do it again next year. I'm not even going to retire. I will do it again next year.
Thank you. Nice of you.
And I'll be working on how we're going to vote next year because Elon Musk sucks.
If he gets it through, Teresa.
Yeah, I mean, he's not on a good development schedule right now, so we'll see if that what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Beef, who you thinking or GFYing?
I mean, I'm going to echo what MSS just did because this is what's been on my mind too. Is White Sox Twitter for embracing something that people call the stupid tournament. Other people call silly tournament, a popularity contest. But you really go out and make it what it is, which is just a bunch of people in a community celebrating 3 weeks right before their favorite team is going to start playing again.
Yeah.
And that's just a ramp up for all of us to have some fun together, blow off some steam, and get ready for our team to start playing. And this field this year particularly did that. There was not a lot of people who opted out and didn't participate. There was not a lot of naysayers, and there was not a lot of negativity actually within the actual field. There was people outside of it who for sure were. But so I just want to thank all of White Sox Twitter for just being cool with all the dumb stuff we present to you and participating in it. We really enjoy that you do that. So thanks, and we look forward to a great next year with that.
Yeah. At Loaf. Oh, you know what? Let me add in a GFY before you go, Terezi. GFY to everyone that's going to ask me for a giveaway this year that voted for Celeste. I cannot wait. So when you send me your
Go
request, be
Pound
like, hey guy, if you get an extra one of those talking Eloys, do you think you can hook me up? I'll be like, I'm gonna look through my screenshots that I have saved that say the fuck you folder, basically.
That's good.
And
Yeah,
I
keep
will look
that.
through, and if you're in that fuck you folder, please don't ask me for a bobblehead because I will tell you to go fuck yourself. I'll just say GFY, and I will post a picture of that screenshot. Chirizi, GFY.
Well, I'm gonna go with the thank you. I'm gonna go with the thank you, and I'm gonna thank Andrew Vaughn for shoving it so far up Beef Loaf's ass it almost broke his spine. Nothing like an opening day win. Yeah, I mean, think about the opening days we've been at where we've had the opposite. Remember that one where it was like a blown save and Brian Billick kicked off my my cup holder, for my seat that was gone for the whole rest of the year.
They never replaced it till next year.
That we
None of
gave
that.
away autograph that
I
no
want
one ever
none
said.
of
Hey, I
that,
have
man.
this."
I want more of what we got tonight.
It was so good because
Yeah.
he looked like such shit at the plate until that one pitch. Like he looked like total crap at the plate,
the at-bat
and then he got
that-
the one pitch he could handle. He nailed it. Good for him. Like
The at bat that he got hit, I mean, like that was the best possible outcome of that at bat.
that was a miracle.
That was like the 99 percentile outcome of that at bat. But
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, hey man, when it really mattered, he came through. He waited on that fastball, he got it, and he cranked it.
He did.
Nothing like
Gave it a
watching
good
a guy
ride.
crank it.
Cranked it. Good ride. Gave it a ride.
Hello.
I can't wait to tell the kids that when we're in T-ball in like 2 weeks. Be like, crank it, bro. Go up there and crank it right off that tee.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't,
Give it a whap.
Easy there.
fellas. We got to thank the Sox too. Coming
Yes.
on opening day, winning for us after all of the heartache last year and kind of what the low expectations going into this year and into this game.
Yeah.
So,
Series, yeah.
awesome to see them win. Let's win a series. Let's win a series, guys.
Let's do it, baby.
Damn
We'll
right.
catch you guys very soon. Thanks for tuning in.